Hi, I'm Dr. Incognito. In this video, we're going to find the first few terms of the Taylor series for a function. So let's find the first four terms of the Taylor series for the function f of x equals the square root of x centered at x equals 4. So what that means is that we're going to try to write down the following equation. The square root of x equals c0 plus c1 times x minus 4 plus c2 times x minus 4 squared plus c3 times x minus 4 cubed plus dot, dot, dot. So this will be the first four terms of the Taylor series expansion for the square root of x centered at x equals 4. So to complete this, we need to figure out the values of the coefficients c0, c1, c2, and c3. To do that, the formula for the nth coefficient is the nth derivative of the function evaluated at the center divided by n factorial. In our case, the center is 4, so this will be the nth derivative at 4 divided by n factorial. So more specifically, c0 will simply be f of 4, which is the square root of 4, which is 2. So c0 will equal 2. c1 will be f prime of 4 divided by 1 factorial, which is f prime of 4. We'll figure that out in a moment. c2 will be f double prime of 4 divided by 2 factorial. And c3 will be f triple prime of 4 divided by 3 factorial. So in order to figure out c1, c2, and c3, we need the derivatives of the function f of x equals the square root of x. So f of x is equal to the square root of x, which is x to the power 1/2. F prime of x is 1/2 times x to the power minus 1/2, using the power rule. F double prime of x is equal to, bring down the minus 1/2, and we get minus 1/4 times x to the power, subtract 1 from negative 1/2, and we get negative 3/2. So that's f double prime of x. That will help us to find c2. And finally, to find c3, we will have to go so far as to list f triple prime of x. F triple prime of x is positive 3/8, multiplying those together, 3/8 x to what power? Minus 3/2, and then subtract 1. Negative 3/2 minus 1 is negative 5/2. So there are the derivatives. According to the formula, we need to evaluate them at the center points, at 4. F prime of 4, F double prime of 4, and F triple prime of 4. So F prime of 4 is 1/2 times 4 to the power minus 1/2. 4 to the negative 1/2 means 1 over 4 to the 1/2. The 1/2 power means take the square root. So 1/2 times 1 over the square root of 4 is 2. 1/2 times 1/2 is 1/4. So f prime of 4 is 1/4. F double prime of 4, so we'll figure out the numerators of the coefficients, and then we will figure out the coefficient by dividing by the appropriate factorial. So f prime of 4, then now we'll figure out f double prime of 4, then f triple prime of 4, then we'll divide. So f double prime of 4 is negative 1/4 times 4 to the power negative 3/2. So now we have to figure out 4 to the power negative 3/2. So this is equal to negative 1/4 times 1 over 4 to the power positive 3/2. And 4 to the 3/2 means take the square root of 4, which is 2, and then cube it, and that makes 8. So the square root of 4 and then cube it, that's 2 cubed is 8. So we get negative 1/4 times an eighth, that's negative 1 over 32. So that's going to be the numerator for C2, F double prime of 4. And F triple prime of 4 is 3/8 times 4 to the power negative 5/2, which is 3/8 times 1 over 4 to the power positive 5/2, which is 3/8 times 1 over 4 to the power 5/2. We take the square root of 4, which is 2, and we raise that to the 5th. 2 to the 5th, which is 32. So we have 3 over 8 times 32, and you can figure that out by doubling 32 3 times. Multiplying by 8, you can double 3 times. So starting with 32, doubling gives 64, doubling again gives 128, and then again 256. Now for the coefficients, we already determined that C0 was the square root of 4, which is 2. C1 is F prime of 4, and that is 1/4. That's over here. C2 is F double prime of 4 over 2 factorial. That's the same as 1/2 times F double prime of 4. That's 1/2 times F double prime of 4 was over here, negative 1 over 32. So 1/2 times F double prime of 4 is negative 1 over 64. And the last one, C3 is equal to F triple prime of 4 divided by 3 factorial. 3 factorial is 6, so this is 1/6 times F triple prime of 4. That's equal to 1/6 times F triple prime of 4 was 3 over 256. And multiplying this together, the 3 and the 6 cancel, leaving 2 on the bottom. So we get 1 over 2 times 256 is 512. So that's C3. And now the final answer can be written by taking these numbers and substituting them in where we see them in the equation. So let's do that. That was C2, C1, and C0. Let's just put them in right here. C0 is equal to 2. C1 is equal to 1/4. C2 is equal to negative 1 over 64. So I have to erase the plus sign. Minus 1 over 64. And C3 is equal to 1 over 512. So there's a look at the first 4 terms of the power series for the square root of x centered at x equals 4. The Taylor series of f of x equals the square root of x centered at x equals 4. Okay, thank you for watching. I hope you found this video instructive.